Hey guys, so it's been a minute since I've been out here. Show you guys my view right now. Since I didn't got the kids, it's been a minute since I've been out here. This is one of my go-to spots to give a word. Here, just be in God's presence. This is the place I will come, and I finally get to enjoy it. Like my husband has the kids right now, so I'm just doing me. I got my little coffee, and I'm gonna give you guys a word. I'm about to hurry up because I do have to go grocery shopping. So, one second. Now, yesterday my husband and I gave away our dog. We had a Shih Tzu, which we had for 3 years, guys. The thing about it, like last year I knew that it was time for me to let Chestnut go, but something just would not let him go because the connection that I had to him. But I knew that there was a place in me that knew, okay, that's right, this is time. But I said nope, and so my husband even went to he posted pictures and everything, and people hit us up last year, and I was just like, I kept finding reasons on why. I'm like, no, this person stay too far, they don't have any kids, or they too old. I kept finding all these reasons on why I need to not give him away. And so now this is a new year, and the same feelings came back across. And I'm like, and now that the kids are here, it's like it awakening even more. And I'm like, babe, I don't think I have the energy and the time like I used to give Chestnut what he needs. And so once again, Lamar says, okay, well, let's go and post Chestnut. So I hope we post him on the website. And then once again, I have a moment, and it's like I'm like, okay, I can't do this. And what came to me was that not only was I praised, because the first time when I wanted to do this, guys, Chestnut, we had him underneath my desk area, and then so my desk area, so that's the area where I do my writings and everything. That's the time I just pretty much pour out everything I need to write, on paper, or just get a poem together. And so I couldn't do it because Chestnut was living underneath the desk with his crate. And so then I'm like, so when we moved to our bigger apartment, now I'm like, okay, you know what? I can have the balcony. The balcony could be the area where I do my writings and everything I need to get done. But then Chestnut I wound up letting him have the balcony because I didn't want to, I want my baby to not have. And so the time before that, when we had lived in the colony, and we had a 2-bedroom, and so I thought I was gonna turn that room into a writing room, and a room where I just do my videos and stuff. But then I wound up giving Chestnut that whole room because once again I just felt that he needed to have it. And I never knew that the whole time that I was prisoning my own self and my own freedom. So I kept saying, God, I want this, I want that. But God said, this right, the very thing that you're wanting and needing is in your house. But you're the one that continues to allow it to not happen for you. So it's like I give you the extra space, I give you the balcony, and then you don't take advantage of it, and then you allow the strongholds that are on you to keep you from receiving what is yours to have. And so my balcony in my new apartment is very spacious, and that's how I was gonna go out there and decorate. I never got to it because Chestnut was out there. And so when I finally got to play, I'm gonna give Chestnut away, because I said I know it's like I love my baby, but it's like it's like it's keeping me from getting what I need to get. And it's like every time I feel bad for giving up something because I don't want him to go without, it's like I was only hindering myself. So we finally gave him away, guys. I was crying and everything, like this was my baby. And so what came to me was that God, so the lady that I gave the Chestnut, I prayed about that. I said, God, bring somebody that's going to be able to take care of Chestnut and give him what more than what we gave him. And then so the lady, she comes, and then she said that she prayed to God because she lost a dog 13 years ago. And she said that she prayed to God that God sends her a dog that that's going to be fitting to her life right now. And so what came to me, guys, that God had gave me was that I wrote this down, is that God said He will place people and resources in your life that is tied to the season of your appetite. So where God had me at, guys, was He was trying to empty me from a place. And where God had her is that He was trying to fill her in a place. And so we both had what each other needed, but I had to be okay with letting go, and she had to be okay with receiving. And so, because she said she didn't want to have another dog ever since her other dog had died. And so much came to me, and it was just like, I never realized that I was prisoning my own freedom, and I was keeping him from his. Because I knew that I had outgrown Chestnut. I knew it. But I was in denial about it because I didn't want to feel empty. I don't know if you guys had ever just kept something because you didn't want to feel empty. Well, you need to let it go, but you didn't let it go because you didn't want to feel empty. And so that's kind of how I feel with my dog. It's like, I knew that, you know, what I had with Chestnut when I first got him, it's like my energy, my drive, it's like it was kind of dying away. But I was in denial about it. I'm like, no, maybe it's just because, you know, I'm working too much, or maybe now it's just because, you know, I haven't had enough sleep, and in all actuality, it just wasn't there anymore. And so me and my husband got together. We let Chestnut go yesterday, and the lady we gave him to, she's an amazing fit for Chestnut. She had a big yard, big back, big house. You know, she, you know, was a lady that pretty much would fit my standards. And that's another thing too, guys, is that we have to be very careful when we're asking God for something, right? And the very thing that you're wanting God to give you, we will hinder ourselves from receiving it, because this is what we do. This is what I found myself doing. So I'm like, God, you know, I need more space, God. Or I need you know, to be able to, you know, have the time to write this, you know, work on my book and all this stuff that I'm trying to get done for my ministry. I'm trying to do all this stuff for my business and my ministry. And so I'm asking God, I'm praying to God about these things. But God said, Desiree, the very thing that you're praying to me about, sweetheart, is already there. But you are the ones. It's like I kept on setting stand. Like, I could have gave Chestnut away a long time ago. There are things that God said you could have let that thing go a long time ago, but you chose to hold on to it. And so I kept on trying to find reasons, and I kept placing standards. Okay, well, the person got to have this, got to have that. Okay, well, this person don't have this, they don't have that, they not getting my baby. And so now a year and a half passes by. I still have Chestnut. I still haven't let him go. And then the very thing that I'm trying to, that I've been wanting to have, which was my writing room, which was my balcony and my desk. And it's like all those things were not able to be accessible because of what I prison myself from receiving. So don't let God's whatever's in your life and you're afraid of letting it go because you're feeling that it's gonna make you empty. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. It's like a year and a half of my life has been taken from me because of what I refuse to let go. I mean, both of my apartments, you know, before I even got the kids, both of my apartments had a desk. I was going to buy me a desk chair. I never did that because Chestnut was sleeping in there. My other apartment had a whole extra room. I was going to turn it into a writing room, but I didn't do it because Chestnut was sleeping in there. And then this apartment had a balcony where I was going to turn the balcony into my space to do my videos, like, you know, I'm also going to start a Periscope. You know, do my videos, my YouTube, everything, my writings, just my me time out there. And I didn't let that happen because why? I let my baby take the balcony. And so I had to this, right, what are you going to continue to keep on allowing to take what God has given? God said, I've given it to you, but you are continuing to allow the things that of where you are at, your fears, your doubt to keep you from receiving what is yours to have. And so you have to ask yourself, am I going to continue to keep prisoning myself when He's already said whatever you're wanting, it's already there. There are just things that you are allowed to keep you from receiving. It could be people, it could be places, it can be things. The thing that I was keeping myself from, that was keeping me from receiving what was mine, and God said, "Desiree, everything that you wanted was already there." Was that I kept on allowing my dog to have access to every like first it was my desk. That's why I was gonna do my writing at. Then it was the room. I was gonna turn the room into a writing room. He had that, and then we moved it again, and then now I gave him the balcony. It's like I kept giving him what was mine, and it's like, what am I giving to somebody that's mine? Like, what are you giving something that God has given you? Are you giving it to somebody or to something that's taken away from God? Saying this thing that I put in you, I'm calling for it to grow, but it cannot grow if you can continue to allow it to be prisoned. And that's what happened, guys. I allowed the very thing that God had given me to be prisoned. And all because I feared letting go Chestnut. When I told you, I already knew that I was already, you know, having my appetite was already changing from wanting Chestnut to begin with. And that's another thing too, guys, I want to let you know is that you'll know when God is changing your season, when the very thing that you used to want, you don't want no more. And it's like either you're going to be in denial about it or you're going to accept it. But you know what, God, how can I come into what you're calling me to come into? Because I knew that my appetite for my dog that I had was dying out. But I chose to keep on doing it because I didn't want to feel empty without him. That's my baby. I mean, how do I let go? How do I let him go when I had him ever since he was 8 weeks? That's my baby. He grown on me. But it's like he was like my appetite for him began to lessen. And when God begins to change your season, guys, He will begin to lessen your appetite. And the only way God begins to lessen your appetite, you have to first be open to God coming in. I'm like, God, I prayed to God about what I want and what I need. And it's like, okay, that's right. So I'm lessening your appetite from this thing, but you are the one who keeps on going back to it. So you keep prisoning your own self from your own freedom. And not only was I prisoning him from, not only was I prisoning me from my own freedom, but I was prisoning him from his, because he could have been, Chestnut could have been with a family a year and a half ago, receiving what he needs to receive, but I was being selfish in my letting go. So not only was I keeping myself from having, but I was keeping him from having. And so even though I cried yesterday and all that stuff, but I knew that this was needed. And it's like, I would just say, guys, whatever is in your life, and then you know that you whether it's a goal you're trying to access or whatever you're trying to reach, and if you're trying to reach it and God has given you the tools and the access to it, but you allow the distractions and you allow the things on your outside to keep you from having it, you're gonna always find yourself being in that very place of, like, pretty much, like, I wouldn't say regret. It's like you're gonna be it's like when I looked at, like, my balcony, for instance, like the one we living in right now. I'm like, dang, I want to do this. But it's like, what? It was like, do it. What's holding you back? It's like, I want to say, like, what's holding you back from doing what you want to do? And it took was me having to let go of what I kept letting in. And so, like I said, guys, God will place people and resources that are tied to the season of your appetite. And what I mean by that, if God has called you into, like, let's say God called you into the season of He wants you to access this thing, let's say, this business, right? And so God has placed people in your life to help you do it. And so, but in order to receive what is fully yours, is that you have to be open to eating. You have to be open to the hunger change. You can't say, okay, God, I want to access this, but I don't want to stop eating this. You can't do that, guys. In order to access in the season, the season, like the appetite in the season that I have you in, you have to stop eating what you were used to. And so I had to stop eating fear. I had to stop eating doubt. I had to stop eating, like, what if somebody don't treat my baby right? Or I had to stop eating these things because I could not access the appetite in the season that God had me in until I was willing and ready to let go of the foods that I knew. And what I'm saying, guys, like, it can be a person, it can be a place, or it can be a thing that's keeping you from accessing what God has for you. And what I'm going to say is that it's just going to take you to have to conjure up the strength in your body and your mind. So, you know what, is enough is enough. I'm taking back what's mine. And that's how I get to a place when I went over to this girl house that stay in my apartments, and her balcony was fixed up, and it was just like, a girl zone, like, you come out there with your little wine, and you just, you chillax, you know what I'm saying, and you just be in your me time. And so when I seen it, it just awakened that very thing that I was wanting. Like, I want my balcony, and I want to fix my balcony up. I want to, get back to my writings and stuff like that. And it's amazing how I allowed that one thing to keep me from doing what I'm called to do. And you will be surprised, guys. Like, you will go to, like, let's say when you have a person that comes in, or a thing that comes in, or a place that comes into your life that distracts you from what you're supposed to be doing. Let's say you were craving and hungry after doing this one thing, like, I want to go and do modeling, I want to go do this and this, and all of a sudden you get around the wrong people, the wrong things, and all of a sudden your hunger begins to die. And it's like, I was just open to doing this. Now all of a sudden, that's why it's like you better have to be very careful on who you surround yourself with, on who you allow to take up your time. It's like, we only are given one life. And it's like I told you guys, I let a year and a half keep me from what was mine, all because of what I feared to let go. I was supposed to let my dog go a long time ago. My dog had us, my baby, but I knew that it was time to let him go, but I held on to him because I didn't want to feel empty. And so, I don't know if whatever, y'all could be at a place to where you hold on to something because you don't want to feel empty, but God is saying let it go. Because now it's like, I woke up this morning, guys, I had such a sound peace. I'm just like, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm finna go patio shopping. Like, I'm finna go make a patio set. And it's like all of this. I'm like, I could have had access to all of this. All it took was me just letting go of the very thing that I feared to let go. And like I told you guys, it's like He began placing people and resources in your life that is tied to the appetite of your season. But you have to be open to letting go of what you used to know. And so that's what I had to do, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I want to just come on here, give you guys a little brief message, and let you guys know that don't let somebody take you away from what's yours. Like I said, I didn't move. I had 3 apartments, and each apartment I allowed things to take what was mine. The 2 apartments that had what I wanted. The first apartment was, we had just got Chestnut. The second apartment, it had a desk in it. It had a desk in there. And then, you know, I was staying in the colony. It had an extra room. And I was going to turn that room into a writing room and turn it into like a room to where I do my videos and my YouTube. All this stuff was going to be, that was the only room that I was going to use. But I said, you know what? I let Chestnut come in there because, and it's like, you have to be careful not to let somebody come in there and take away the hunger that God has put in you. I was hungry to set that room up and do what I had to do to get my business and things started, but I put it on the back burner because I was trying to please my dog. The third apartment, we had a desk and we had a big balcony, and then I allowed the same thing to happen again. I let Chestnut, I put this crate underneath my gate, underneath my desk, and I also had allowed him to be on the balcony. So the very two places that I needed to do what I need to do was pretty much was taken up because I allowed, you know, my fear of letting go when I knew that I had supposed to be and let my dog go. And I don't know if you guys remember, I did a video actually. It was talking about compromising, and I remember I had got Chestnut because my husband had wanted Chestnut, and then of course Chestnut grew on me. But then it's like you have to be very careful when you allow. Like, I knew that I was never a dog person. And then, you know, I let him come to my house, and then all of a sudden, all of these things that I was supposed to be doing got placed on hold. So you have to be very careful there, be careful what you allow to come in. If you know what you stand on, stand to that. Don't let somebody shake you and have you to go left. When if you say you want to go right, you keep going right. You see what I'm saying? Don't let somebody take you, the things that's positive, God. Nothing that's negative that's going against your growth. Things that's going to add to your growth. Like I said, Chestnut coming to my house, that's my baby, but he also kept me from doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to have been doing this a year and a half ago. I allowed time to be taken from me because of what I feared to let go. So don't let time be robbed from you guys because of what you fear to let go. And I just want to let you guys know that, like I said, it took me having to be like, I know it hurt my heart to let my dog go, but like I said, I allowed him to prison my freedom, and I was also keeping him from his. I knew that what we had was done. You know, I knew my appetite with my dog had gone. It's going to be when God brings you to a season that you know, like, my appetite to this season is no longer there. But you continue to hold on to it because of what you fear to let go. You're going to miss what's yours. And like I told you guys, I missed a whole year and a half of what was mine, all because of what I did not want to let go. And like I said, God will place people and resources in your life that is tied to the appetite of your season. So wherever the season that God has me in right now that I'm hungry for, he's going to bring people in my season that's going to be able to feed that appetite. See, if God has you in a season and you're in a season of oranges and you have people in your life that are bringing apples, they cannot add to your life. They're only taking from your life. So don't allow the time to be taken away because you are afraid of letting go. So when God has you in a season, whatever, ask God, what season do you have me in? And the people that's in my life, the things that's in my life, the places that are in my life, Father God, is it adding to the appetite that you put inside of me, or is it taking away from my hunger and I'm finding myself starving? Because that's what it's like. I found myself starving. And it's like, God, that's why you're starving for no reason. All you had to do was just let go of the very thing that you feared to let go. Because like I told you guys, the reason why I did not let my dog go was because I did not want to be empty. That was my baby. But I knew that Desiree, deep down inside, if you ask yourself, you honestly, your appetite from your dog bending left. There are things that you're doing right now. Your appetite in that thing has been left, but you continue to keep yourself doing it and pushing towards it, and you know it's not working. It's not working, but you keep on doing it, and it's not working, and you're only hindering your own growth. You're hindering your own blessings. You're hindering what God has for you. And like I said, I'm so excited right now, guys. Like I said, I miss my baby, but I'm finna go set my patio up. I'm about to go buy my desk chair. Everything that I was not able to get a year and a half ago because of what I feared to let go, I'm now getting it as of right now, September 9th. But I let go September 8th, and like I look at those numbers as being good because September is a good number. Well, not September, but 8 is new beginning. So I let my baby go, and like I said, that was something that was hard, but in order for me to access what was mine, I had to do it. And so now I'm about to go have my patio set up. I'm about to buy my new patio set. I'm about to go get my desk chair, and I'm about to just take what's mine. So this video is basically, guys, saying take what's yours. Don't let what fears you, what keeps you in doubt, take what is yours, because time is on you. And you don't want to lose time. Like I said, a year and a half, I probably could have been further in things that I was supposed to been doing, but I allowed, you know, the places that like I said, that desk was for me to do my writing. That balcony was for me to do my videos, my writings, whatever God wanted to speak to me. That was my time. That was my place that God had me to, that God had for to be mine, but I allowed it to be taken. And even, you know what, I'm gonna actually show you guys a video on my balcony too. I allowed him to mark it. Like I did a video, it's about marked territory, and about how you have to be very careful on what you allow to come into your life and take up residency. And so I allowed my dog to come in, take up residency in my house, and then my balcony is a wreck right now. But that's what happened. When you allow things to come in that are not tied to the season that God has you in, don't be surprised when you find things in your life that's a wreck. God said, if you would have surrendered to my will and trusted that I got you, this would not have happened. So now I'm at this place. I'm starting over, but it's okay. I lived, I learned, but I wanted to let you guys know. So you know, before I just pretty much, if you don't have to make the mistake, don't make the mistake. And so, like I said, I'm finna go fix my balcony up. I'm finna go get me a desk chair, and I'm finna just, you know, just do what Desiree's supposed to be doing. And like, I'm not saying I'm not doing what I'm doing right now, but there could be more things that God could have been wanting to speak to me on. And it's like, how can he do it if the things that he had open as far as him to enter into was taken up by the things that were not tied to my season? If God said, I'm called you to this, but there are things in your life that's taking up my space. So what room do I have to dwell in you to give you what you need if the things that's in you is taking up my space? So guys, I want you just to know that God is calling you to a place to just let go and surrender, and don't let the things that you're afraid of letting go keep you from receiving what's yours to have, okay? So I'm gonna let you guys get to it, but I'm finna walk into what's mine. I've been walking to what's mine, but there are certain things I feel that I could have been doing more on if I would have just let go. So you guys be blessed, keep God first, and just let him continue to do what he's doing in your life. All right. And actually my phone is about to actually die, so yeah. But I just want to share that message. And what else was it? Like I said, God will place people and resources in your life that are tied to the appetite of your season. So don't let somebody come into the season feeding you the wrong thing. If God's calling you to eat on oranges and they are in your life and they have apples, there's no room for you to dwell here. God placed people in my life that are tied to the season of my appetite. They can feed the hunger. I don't want to starve and miss what's mine because I fear to surrender. Okay, guys? So keep that in mind, and you guys have a blessed one. And I'm sure y'all, this is what I'm enjoying right now. And I'm finna just sit out here and just be at sound peace. The kids are free from me, and I'm finna just enjoy Desiree right now. So you guys be blessed and have a great one.